in 4952, followed by Hamid Khan. Caller 4952.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, yes. What items would you like to speak on?
Hi, I'm going to speak on 4A, the Chief's report, and also on general public comment.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Okay, so my name is T. Guerra. I'm with the Stop LAPD Spying Coalition. I'm also a member of LAPD Fails Coalition. This is a coalition between LA Can, Black Lives Matter LA, Stop LAPD Spying, and White People for Black Lives. And for folks on this commission or in this space who may not be familiar with these organizations, I just want to name that organizers and community members from the groups I've just named have been coming to these meetings for many years, week after week. Folks are very familiar with being policed and with being surveilled and with police violence and fighting against police violence with community members. And I say that because when people speak out here against police or against police technology or programs in this forum, and to this board specifically, or send in comments or petitions or emails, it often gets like downplayed, it gets rejected, treated as not consequential, or somehow part of like posturing or part of a game that we're playing, when actually we all know that this is very real. This is not part of a game, this is not posturing. And when we look historically at how LAPD abuse gets revealed and gets exposed in this forum and in the public, it often comes from the public, right? It doesn't come from this board. It doesn't come from Chief Moore sounding the alarm. It doesn't come from the OIG unless there's intense community pressure involved. So we see all that, yet we see how this space and this process, even if it's been going on for facial recognition technology, this 2-week process of getting community feedback, how it has all been done in a way that does not center community voices. Have you spoken to communities where facial recognition was launched and experimented and tested in LA? What do folks there think of this policy? How has it impacted their lives? How has it disrupted their lives? What does it mean when folks are increasingly stalked and tracked and investigated by police under the guise of police following a lead or police identifying them through this technology? Who is LAPD most running facial scans on? These are things that we don't even know. We know that LAPD stops and gathers information predominantly on Black and brown folks, predominantly on youth specifically, at rates that are vastly higher than their white counterparts. Are kids being checked and ID'd by facial recognition, and what is the impact of that? To what end? So you all are voting on a policy today for facial recognition, again, that LAPD has been using for 16 years and has never provided meaningful information on. You're voting on a policy for that when we know that this technology is often wrong, more so on Black and brown faces, as well as on women, non-binary folks, and trans folks. We know it is used mainly on these same groups of folks who are already criminalizing police excessively. We know it's being used by LAPD, the hands of an organization with a deep history of racial profiling and racist abuse that they have not reckoned with and will never reckon with. And we know that surveillance and tracking does not lead to safer communities. It does not foil crime. It does not increase a community's well-being.
Okay, thank you. Next.